Let's decorate a Christmas sweater using 4 must-know royal icing techniques. Hi, I'm Leslie with Leslie's Cookies and Treats, and if you love decorating sugar cookies or you want to learn how, you're in the right place. Let's decorate together. So this sweater has it all going on. Icing separation, wet on wet techniques, royal icing transfers, everything. All of the supplies you need to make this cookie are listed in the description, and I hope you'll decorate along with me. To get started, I'm using my scribe, or you can use a toothpick, to kind of sketch out where I want the sleeves to start and stop, and the collar of the shirt and other details. You can also use an edible marker to do this, but I like using my scribe just because it's handy and I have it right here. And now I'm just going to outline the sweater, and I'm actually going to recommend using a detail consistency here so that we can keep some separation between the sleeves and the body of the sweater. And if you don't have a detail consistency made, it's okay if you use your thicker flood consistency icing. I usually use a 15-second consistency for everything, but you want to outline your sweater and you just want to touch down, lift up, watch your line of icing where it's falling and not your piping bag, and stay as close to the edge as you can. If you lift up your piping bag a little bit, you'll get much better lines and be able to drop it right where you need it to go. And for this line that's separating the sleeve from the rest of the sweater, you're actually going to pipe over that 2 or 3 times to give it some height. So just go ahead and pipe right back over the top of that line we just laid. And then go ahead to the other side and pipe over that line again on that side as well. This will help keep the flood icing from completely running over the top of those lines and obscuring them. We want to be able to see that separation. And now for your flood icing, I would actually wait for your outline to dry for about 5 or so minutes so it crusts over. But I didn't do that here, so I'm not going to pipe all the way up to my lines. I'm just going to go ahead and use my 15-second flood icing to fill in the sweater, and then I'm going to use my scribe to gently push the icing up next to those lines that we piped. So go ahead and use your scribe or toothpick to smooth out your icing, waiting until the last minute to push your icing up against those lines. And you can see my icing kind of blended in with the line up here, and I'll have to fix that after the sweater has dried a bit. But you want to try to keep it so that there is definite separation between the two areas by just gently pushing your icing up against that line and not wiggling it too much if your icing is still wet. And that is why you should wait until your outline has had a chance to set up and dry a little bit. And here you can see I'm just gently pushing the icing over up against that line, and that side worked much better. And now, immediately while your red icing is still wet, you want to take your white icing, and we're going to use a wet on wet effect here, and you're just going to touch down and lift up a little bit and pull a line across the top of the sweater, kind of staying in line with where the collar or the neck of the shirt is. And we're going to make 2 lines here the same way, lift up and then touch down at the other side. You want just a tiny hole in your piping bag for this, and we're going to move down and do the same thing at the bottom of the sweater and at the bottom of the sleeves. So again, touch down, lift up your piping bag, and stop squeezing and touch down at the other side. And wipe off the tip of your piping bag in between each line. That keeps everything nice and clean. So one last time, touch down, lift up, stop squeezing, and touch down on the other side. And now for the neck, let's give it some designs. You're going to want to stick your scribe or toothpick right in that icing, touch down, and pull up, wiping off your scribe or toothpick in between each line. And this will add a nice little scalloped look around the neck. And for any areas where the icing's not settling down, you can just gently poke up and down with your scribe or toothpick, and that'll settle the icing right back together. And I have my cookie on a cookie turntable. I highly recommend getting one of those if you make cookies all the time, but a paper plate or even a paper towel will work, and just turn your cookie around and settle down this neckline. And then set this cookie aside to dry for about 5 or 10 minutes until the icing crusts over, before you come back in with your white icing at about a 15-second consistency and flood in the neck of this sweater. And then use your scribe to settle the icing down and get it out to the edge. And then we're going to do the same thing at the bottom of the sweater and at the cuffs of the sleeves. So just pipe a thick line at the bottom of the sweater and then use your scribe to settle that icing down. And then set it aside to dry again, and while we're waiting for it to dry, let's make some royal icing transfers that we can put on our sweater. Royal icing transfers are just like big sprinkles that we make ahead of time, and so I printed out the royal icing transfer sheet, and the link for that is in the description, and I put it inside of a sheet protector. You can also put it under some parchment paper, and I'm using a detail consistency, about a 25-second icing here, to go ahead and just flood in this wreath all the way around. Using a thicker consistency icing is usually better for royal icing transfers. It makes them thicker and less likely to break. So let's do that one more time. Using my detail consistency icing, I'm just going to fill this in. I'm not going to outline it first, and I'm not going to smooth it out because I want it to have the texture. And just go ahead and pipe in the whole wreath, go right over the top of that bow, because we're going to come back in with our red icing in about a 15-second consistency, and just put 2 dots for the bow loops, and then use your scribe to shape and settle those bow loops down. And we'll set that aside to dry for about 15 minutes before we come back in and add the center to our bow loop. But while those bow loops are drying, I'm going to come back into my wreath and just make some little red dots and some little white dots. They're going to stick up above the icing for the wreath, and that's perfectly fine. That's exactly what I want. Adding a little depth and dimension to our wreath. And once your bow loops have had a chance to set up, go ahead and just pipe a dot for the centers, and then let these dry completely. I let mine dry overnight before I peeled off the bow loop, and I'm just going to put a little dab of icing on the back and attach it to the top of my wreath. And then I can peel the whole thing off of the parchment paper, and it's ready to use. So set these aside and let's go back to our sweater. And you can see here how the right side kept nice separation between the sleeve and the sweater. However, the left side did not, because I jiggled my icing too much as I was pushing it up against that line that we made, and I didn't wait for my lines to dry before piping. So because of that, I'm going to go ahead and outline the sweater. To do that, I'm just going to touch down, lift up my piping bag, and go slow and follow along the outline of the sweater as closely as I can, dropping my line of icing in the creases. And I'm using my detail consistency icing to outline, and so I made a mistake right here and I didn't drop my line where I wanted it. So I've taken a dampened paintbrush and I've wiped all of the water off on a paper towel, and then just pushed my line over to where I wanted it. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the white icing and just outline the cuffs of the sleeve. And because I made all those royal icing transfers, I can play with them and decide what look I'm going for on this sweater. I really like the wreath, which is why I showed that to you when we were making the transfers. And so I'm just going to put a little icing on the back here and stick it right on, and then this sweater will be done. And boy, we've done a lot in just one sweater. We've learned 2 ways to separate icing. We've outlined, we made royal icing transfers, we used wet on wet techniques. Really, this cookie just had it all. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that you'll come back for more. See you next time.